to my
Yes, I'm streaming to your
so I
page
can
and
have my
everything.
community come on and support me?
Yeah, your fanatics,
And they're not some fanatics, they're friends. There's a big difference.
the
You wouldn't know
fanatics
the difference.
are gonna come on and harass me for the next hour or so.
Exactly.
All the way to go, Coach John, and
They
all
don't
that
say
stuff.
coach. Nobody says Coach John. They just say
Coach
John.
Lawson.
Anyway,
Oh, by the way, who are you? Since we've already started,
the bow one, the cold one. John Colder Ice Lawson. I said that one.
that was
Perfect.
good. That was good. That was
I
good.
know.
And I'm gonna do just the same.
The opposite.
I'm Brent Leary. I'm always consistent. Yours is up and down and all over the place. I'm just like a rock.
Yeah, I have emotions. Big difference.
I am a rock. I am an island. Something like that. I don't know.
I have no idea what the hell you're talking about.
Hey, it's Friday afternoon after like 4 days in Vegas. I'm just glad to be back home. It's like 80 degrees. It was like 20 degrees cooler in Vegas than it was here in
It's
Stockbridge.
been
It's
that way
great.
all year.
Nuts.
It's crazy, isn't it? It's great, but it's kind of nice to be out. Would you go outside your hotel?
Yeah, because it wasn't
It
110
was,
degrees.
yeah,
It's
right. So
nice.
it's kind of nice to be on the streets and not sweating like crazy.
Yeah, I took a walk,
Yeah.
enjoyed it,
See,
and
so
I'll
there.
be right back there in June when it's probably going to be 110 degrees. So
Well, who knows? It could be snowing at this point.
who
Who knows?
knows? It did rain out there, which is kind of crazy. That was the
That's
first time it
crazy too.
rained. First time I've ever been to Vegas where it actually rained.
I didn't say anything, but they had snow on the mountains when I went. I've never seen that.
I think I've seen snow on the mountains, but
Nah, you ain't
just
seen it
haven't seen
like
that.
this.
Well,
I
I
mean,
might
there
not
was
have seen it like
snow on the mountain, not just on the cap of the mountain. The whole daggone mountain covered in
oh,
snow.
so
It's
you could have
crazy.
gone skiing. Why didn't you go skiing if that were the case?
Anyway,
Eh, anyway, folks, it is Saturday. Shoot, Friday
Friday.
afternoon. It's what we do. We get here, we talk about something. Usually you say something that gets me all riled up, and then I go on some kind of ridiculous rant, and then all your people just come to just, you know, troll me for the hour or so.
Oh yeah, I did get
Do that shit.
I did get a little text about that trolling part.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, Eric did not understand because he had never been here before. So he's like, "Why is the guy so evil?" I'm like, "Yeah, he's evil."
Why is the guy so what?
I don't think
Really?
he might not have used that word. I think I put that
Yeah,
in.
that sounds like that's your word,
Yeah.
but you know.
And I said, yes, yes. He's stirring the cauldrons daily. So
I'm just being me, Eric, whoever you is. I don't know who you are. Anyway, so let's get into it.
let's go.
All right. Who are you with? The social influencers or the politicians when it comes to TikTok?
I am with well, I'm with the politicians.
What? You're
Yeah.
turning your back on your peoples?
Well, I mean, it ain't got nothing to do with that. It's totally, I mean, the risk is real. There is no denying the risk. The risk is real. So I mean, I do understand what people are saying about freedom of speech, whatever. I don't know there's anything in our constitution that has the freedom for TikTok, whatever. But there's thousands of other channels you can use, and literally there are thousands of other channels. So,
But so why is TikTok? Is it just for the political aspect of who owns the company or?
yeah, I mean, it's because of China. It's a Chinese company. They're your enemies, and they're looking to do the country harm. If they wanted to, they can take over that data and that information and use that company any way they want to.
So
So, I
what
mean,
what
the risk
what
is
kind
real.
of what kind of regulation? I mean, where do you draw the line? Is it just no people under the age of 18, or is it everybody that shouldn't
I don't
have
know. I
access
mean,
to
I
it?
understand. Whatever they do, I get it. I mean, I understand what they want to. They really want to just ban the darn thing.
It feels like this is more political theater. I mean,
I
there
mean,
are
that's some of it too, but there is a real risk.
there's a relevancy to this, but it feels like this is more political theater than actually being so concerned about our safety. That's what the
Our
way I'm looking.
our country's data safety.
What kind of data is actually, like I said, when it comes to TikTok, and like I said, it's like for every other social channel. And I'll just put it out there. I think people kind of know, at least the younger folks seem to be, because there's been a lot of studies when it comes to the younger folks in social media and the data stuff. They don't seem to be as concerned about that as maybe the adults are. They're like, hey, we know they're probably gonna do this something with our data, but we like it anyway because we're able to get with our friends and become social media influencers and not have to have a real job.
Do you remember being that age?
No.
Okay, exactly.
but
Exactly.
but it's but
Exactly.
it's but
These
it's,
are the
but
same people that are drinking a gallon of liquor. So
a
don't get me
gallon of
started. Oh, you haven't heard about this new thing?
what's the people are drinking a gallon of liquor?
Yeah, I can't remember what they call it. But yes, they do a whole thing. It's like they take a whole gallon jug, they fill it with liquor, water, and enzymes so they don't get a hangover, and that's the new drinking game now.
Oh
So I
God.
mean, but I'm just saying these are the people I'm supposed to be listening to.
Oh,
Am
look
I
at
supposed to really be taking their concerns about
well,
national security into? No, I'm sorry.
well,
I've been on this planet long enough.
so the politicians are all about our national. That's all they're
No,
worried
I'm
about.
not. Look, bro, absolutely not.
They're
All I'm
all they
saying
all have
is
their
that
angle here. They all have their angle. I like what Bernard said. First of all, hey Bernard, thanks for joining us. Social media has given the intellectually challenged a platform. It's given everybody a platform. So you're right. Everybody has a platform. And don't be pointing at me when he's talking about intellectually challenged.
it's
I
not that.
saw that.
Look, we're not talking about social media, though. We're talking about a specific channel that's owned by the Chinese. That's all. It's not. It's simple.
Why isn't Telegram being outlawed then? Because they're owned by Russia.
Who uses Telegram?
About 100 million people actively.
Okay, well, then how many people use the other one?
Yeah, all right, a billion, but that's 100 million is not anything
It's
to
not. It's
sneeze
not
at.
that. That's
But
used. That's Telegram is used for closed loop information distribution.
not necessarily because it's a social channel. Anybody can sign up for your
Oh,
Telegram stuff.
thank you. That's so nice, Bernard.
He meant to say I make you look reasonable, but that's okay.
No, that's not. He knows that can't even be what he meant. I know that.
All this I look, like I said, there's valid reasons to be suspicious of the company because of its Chinese roots.
Okay, so what's your argument?
My argument is there's no clean hands in any of this stuff.
Okay.
The politicians are not this. There's political reasons why they're taking
do
this,
everything.
and it aligns with some of the stuff that they believe. But
yeah, I mean it is, but it's an election season, and they got to look like they're doing something.
Yeah, and then all these youngins that are on, TikTok, they're doing TikTok videos to point out what's going on with what happened to the CEO of TikTok and how the politicians were grilling them. And
they weren't grilling them.
Well, let's be honest, his answers were terrible. Why wasn't he prepared for that?
That's terrible. A, and B, they could care less what his responses were because they already made up their mind.
They didn't even want to hear him. It was a grandstand opportunity.
It was totally a grandstand. I completely agree with that. They came with their little talking.
Terrible. His answers were awful.
Horrible. I'm like, dude. That's why I put up a post yesterday. I said, "Do you know what TikTok is? That's the sound of the countdown till they ban that shit." I mean, it's just it was so bad. Even his opening statement was bad.
He look, I'm sure getting grilled is gonna make you nervous.
Yeah.
But he just looked totally unprepared.
he,
How could his people not tell him this is going to happen?
he
You're
was
going
a
to get it
deer in
from
the
both
headlights,
sides of the
man.
aisle.
He was a
He
deer in
was.
the headlights. I felt
I just
bad
didn't
for
get
him
it
for a minute.
for a minute.
Yeah, because I
But the
mean,
dude is a
here's
billionaire.
the deal.
So.
Here's the deal. That's the other part too. It's like he's walking in there as the CEO of a company that's actually owned by somebody else.
And
He's not the CEO of ByteDance.
yeah, but he might as well be because he's there representing them for the
Yeah,
most
yeah,
part.
that's what I'm saying. He's the whipping boy for America.
I mean, there's really no way he was not going to get a beating.
Yeah,
But he didn't help it.
They tore him a new one.
I don't know.
They
They
tore him a
really
new
did.
one.
And it was from both sides. There was,
But that's
usually
the other
you get it
thing.
from one, you get it from one, and then the other side is like on your side. Not
Well,
this week.
that's the other thing. How do you square the circle that both sides are actually working together to take down this
Because
social channel?
there are those that are really truly worried about the data privacy issue, and there's some that are very worried about China, like legitimately worried. But then there are some who are using, like you said, using their 5 minutes to grandstand and talk to their base, not talk to that. Yeah,
Yeah.
That and let's face it, there's some ethnical and not just ethnical stuff going on too, like the boogeyman, like what happened with COVID with the Wuhan, all that kind of blaming it on the other, so to speak. There was a lot of that going on there too. So unfortunately, because there's a lot of validity, it's kind of hard to just point out the hypocrisy because it was all mixed up like a gumbo, which you don't typically get with all this stuff, but it was there.
Yeah, well, I think it was because there was it was a free pass. Their mind is already made up.
All right, Bernard just put someone brought the sides together, make them POTUS.
Well, I mean that would be China.
Or somebody that was already POTUS.
Oh no, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Matter of fact, during that time there wasn't a whole lot of support for it.
Well, if we recall, he was buddying up to old what's it, Xi Jinping. Remember, he was saying he's doing all he can and all that.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, come on, it's just but everybody's so duplicitous.
It very much so, especially. Well, I can't say especially because there's enough duplicity to go around on this one. It's like because the social media influencers, they're like, look, that's my bread and butter. Well, I don't want to have to get a real job. I want you to sit at home and influence.
That's the risk that you have with building all your stuff on these platform, on a single platform.
I mean, yeah, you said it right, single platform. Because why can't they just transfer their stuff over to YouTube Shorts?
Which they will. Hey, they will. They'll find. Look, I mean, the predecessor for this went out of business, and those people pretty much they survived.
I don't know. I feel like once again, there's also a generational divide in this because I don't think the young kids care. They don't care at all about their data privacy. They're like, look, I want to be famous. I want to be well known. I want to be an influencer, and I'm glad to trade my own data privacy if you give me all of that.
Yeah.
Bernard says the only influence that's valid is family. R.I.P. John Lawson.
Yeah, that's my dad.
Oh, okay. All right. Just want to make sure. So you're a junior or the third?
Third.
Right? All right.
That's why it says John Lawson the third.
Yeah. Anyway, I don't be paying attention. So
on my profile on Facebook, give me a
don't
break.
Look at it too much. It's here or there.
Anyway.
But I'm serious. I think the younger generations are, They have made a decision. I don't know if it's a wise
I don't know if they
decision.
made it. They grew up. This is the water they swim in, bro. It's a whole different thing. Yeah, we
Oh,
might have made a choice.
yeah. Look who's here. Jeff
Hey,
Moore, my
Jeff.
buddy,
So we
my
got Jeff
folk
and
music
Bernard.
buddy. What? Oh, are they like a dynamic duo? Do they know each
No,
other?
just no, two great guys.
Okay.
But
All
you
right.
know what the deal is? We chose, right? But I mean, if I look at my niece, you know, she that's just the generation they grew up with.
They didn't
They
have a choice.
I don't think they know. You know what I'm saying? I mean, saying, "Oh, I'm not going to use social media" is completely like, really? How are you going to do that as a child when everybody's on
Well,
social
see,
media?
this is where parenting. Well, I can't get.
Again, man, peer pressure beats parenting every day.
That's true.
Until you get out of the pressure of the peers, the parenting really is only secondary.
Yeah, pressure of the peer, but it's not just the peer pressure. It's the peer adulation that you're looking for. You want to be an influencer. You want people to come.
What?
I'm just looking at this. I can't even
Yes,
get my
that's
mom to
hilarious.
count
They opt out. My mom, same, man. I can't get her to use the freaking phone the way she should. They opt out of the tech. I'm sure I've opted out of the tech. I don't need
Well,
TikTok.
I don't even. I'm not on
Screw a
TikTok. Yeah,
you
I'm not on it. But then again, I'm I'm a different generation, and I'm not trying to be. And I'm not trying to have people look at me like I'm some kind of influencer either. That's not my deal. But
you know what? Everybody's an influencer. Give me a break.
Oh, you know what? When the definition of influencer that has grown out of all this stuff. Yeah, everybody wants to have influence, but not everybody is willing to go to the lengths of constantly putting pictures of yourself up, or doing all the fake backgrounds to make it look like you're actually living large and doing all that kind of stuff. Hell, some people go to extreme limits to be that. Others like, forget it. Yeah, it'd be nice, but I'm not doing all that. And I think there's so many distinctions when it comes to this influencer stuff, and in the willingness to go to certain levels to be that and to maintain that. Because once you get there, I think it's an addiction. We talked about this before. People don't want to just give it up. They want to keep it. They want.
But you know what? Everybody, there's people that are just audience and users that want to keep it too.
Oh, well. I guess, peer pressure is overrated. I couldn't get John to take football over. Huh? This is one of your homeboys?
He's going back to like 8 years old.
Oh my God. Would y'all grow up together where? In Texas or something?
Woodside, New York, in the projects.
You were all over them.
I was not getting up on Saturday morning to go practice and do all that bull crap.
But, once again, it's, just like what's going on with all the generative AI stuff. Everybody now wants to be the expert.
Well, that's not going to happen.
But that's not going to stop people, right?
No, that's not going to stop people. It's literally, I'm putting together. I'm going to teach on AI on next week, and literally, while I'm making slides, I got to update the whole thing all over again because it's moving so quick. It's ridiculous.
But that's not going to stop and I'm not saying
no, it's not.
I'm not saying you, because you don't do that stuff. But there are tons of people who just learn how to spell AI and are building their courses to teach other people the ups and downs, the ins and outs, because they are the Gen AI.
They're not even building it. The AI is.
Right.
It's like, I'm going to teach you a course on ChatGPT. ChatGPT word.
But what are they chasing? Influence.
Dollars.
They want to be viewed as
they're chasing dollars, bro. Straight up dollars.
Well, but they're using that to chase the dollars. There are
Yeah.
some people who like making quiet dollars.
Look,
There are a lot more people who like making loud
look,
dollars.
here's the thing. I will say this. All right. There are some absolutely amazing entertainers, uh, educators, uh, artists, you know what I'm saying? Comedians, all of these things that have used a platform like TikTok to distribute their work. For a lot of people, I understand that TikTok is a distributive platform for you to build an audience around your talent. So those people that actually have
Or
talent, they'll be okay.
there are some people like that, but there are some people who are like will use TikTok
Yes.
uh, to to because they just want an audience.
Yeah.
They don't really have any talent,
They have
but they
no
want
talent.
their people
Good.
right. And
You
I
know
think
what?
there are more people like that than there are
Goodbye.
more with the talent.
Goodbye. Bye bye. Your
Goodbye.
platform is gone. Figure it out. Deliver
What I don't
pizzas. I don't care.
deliver. Well, there's DoorDash, so we can do that.
I don't care. I don't care.
Here's the thing about this technology. Just generally speaking, it's great. It can allow great things to happen. It could allow people who have great ideas to actually put those ideas into play and do great things. And about 99% of the other folks are just trying to figure out how to make a quick buck, how to use it to swindle people, how to
And they'll
promote
look
themselves
and
to
they'll
be bigger
move to
than life.
Instagram. They'll move to YouTube
Yeah,
Shorts. They'll
this
move
is
to Facebook
this
Reels.
is not
I
about a
mean,
channel.
there's plenty
Not
of
about
channels. So the world is not going to come to an end if TikTok is gone.
Oh, of course not.
So
But I just don't
bye.
like all there's a lot of hypocrisy on both sides of this thing that just make this hard to just take. That's all.
Hmm,
That's just me.
hmm.
I could go live perfectly fine without TikTok. I could live perfectly fine if it's still out there because I ain't on it really. I'm not doing anything with it, and then,
Yeah.
I'm still able to survive. I don't feel like I'm missing the boat on anything.
Yeah. I
Because
don't.
most of the stuff on TikTok, this when I did a quick little look at it,
You're so.
it's useless to
We're
me.
so
It doesn't
old. We're so
do anything for
old. We don't care.
It's not
We don't
about,
care.
you know what? YouTube, I like YouTube better because I feel like it's not, I have more of a choice of what I see versus TikTok, which just feeds you based on the algorithms. And, it could be, those algorithms will be good, but I don't like the fact that it's taken over. I still want, even if it's the illusion of control, I still want the illusion, even if it's only illusion. That's me. I don't know if I can say it any louder, Bernard.
Yeah, I don't think he can.
But I mean, TikTok just feels like you're giving all your control because they control what you see completely. I don't
Pretty
like
much.
that. I
I mean, you
don't
got
like.
advertising. You can advertise.
Oh, okay. So I don't like advertising either. I don't like advertising. I
Uh,
don't like control. I don't want somebody else to control my stuff.
no, I'm just
But
saying. I mean, there's some ways to get around getting some more views, but I mean, hey, but that is the problem. See. So here's going back to the actual beginning. This, Brent, is the reason why TikTok is so dangerous. Is because they control what people see so tightly that if the Chinese government takes over, that can be a security or at least a societal risk here in the United States. That's all. That's it.
so so if let's say we take out TikTok, but then the 2024 election comes around, and what happened in 2016 with Cambridge Analytica and Facebook? Facebook was doing some manipulation stuff. Russian
Well,
folks were able to buy ads and the troll farms and all that. And that had nothing to do with China, but it still could go on in 2024 because all we're talking about is TikTok and their threat because they're owned by China.
yeah, but see, I mean, one of the things that you do is you put in guardrails based on past performances. So there won't be another uh, external site that will come up in its place that's being owned by a
Oh,
nefarious no do-gooder.
Come on. No,
What?
I don't believe that. I believe that it won't come in the same shape or form of Cambridge
Well,
Analytica, but it'll be
this,
something new that because we're
but
always fighting.
this is different than Cambridge Analytica.
Yeah, but we're saying that because it's Chinese owned, we can take care of it, and that's it. That ain't it.
I'm not saying that's. I'm not saying that's it. I'm saying that's it for this one.
But they're acting like this is such a big. This one individual thing is such a big threat, and it's like, man, who knows what'll happen in the next 6 months that'll make this look like playtime.
It's a whack-a-mole game.
I don't know.
You hit one, two more pop up.
And because there are still, people who have their reasons, financial or power or whatever it is, they'll always be trying to figure out how they can use it while keeping other folks from using it so that they can maintain their advantage. And this is what this feels like to me. Even though they're, like I said, TikTok,
so you feel like these people are feeling threatened by TikTok?
Yes.
Politicians are feeling personally threatened, and that's why they want to get rid of it.
I'm waiting for like the first, maybe it's already happened, like the first social influencer that actually crosses over into politics, and becomes like a House of Representative or a senator or something like that. Well, please don't say Trump or Obama. Obama was a traditional politician who used social media effectively.
Yes, but Trump was an influencer that used social media to get.
No, Trump was like somebody who's been known since the 80s. Come on.
For what?
And he had a television show. I mean, it's not the same. I'm talking about somebody
he is no different than Kim Kardashian.
No, I'm talking about a kid that comes. Maybe she's the closest because of how that happened to her.
That's because you're changing the medium. You're changing the medium, and you're making it seem.
No, see, Trump doesn't. Trump was already a billionaire or so-called billionaire on a regular.
There's billionaires everywhere, bro.
But I'm
that
saying,
has nothing to do.
He didn't come out of. He was not a creation.
Okay.
He wasn't created by social media.
He's a creation of society. He was created by newspapers. He was created by sensationalism.
And he had his own
exact same thing, bro. If you can't draw the lines, if you can't draw, you're stuck on the medium. And I'm telling you that it is the exact same play. Same play.
Absolutely not. Because how can somebody who was already well known for 2 decades be made by social media?
It was just slower because it was. I didn't say it was. He's made by social.
I'm talking about somebody who
listen
comes
to
out
the
of
words
nowhere.
we use.
Nowhere.
Social media. He was doing the exact same thing, but the social media were the newspapers back then. That's what he would do. So you don't get it, but I get it.
Of course, no, I don't get what you're saying because I'm talking about somebody who comes from ground zero, who has no rich father, who was not a billionaire tenant, who didn't have like casinos in both Las Vegas.
Well, at some point, you're going to get
who had his own TV show on NBC for like 7 years. How can you say he came out of social media made him?
Social media only gives you social media only gives you influence. He got influence not because he was a billionaire, because there's a lot of billionaires that could never get to the top of the presidential election at all. All right.
I totally get that.
All right. So it's not the money that brought Donald Trump from nobody to somebody. I'm telling you, it was the media.
I'm not making this point clear. All right. He was smart. He was somebody who already had a platform, who was able to leverage this new platform into what he became. I'm talking about somebody who did not have nothing before, who started from scratch with social media, who then will be able to create a swell of community that allows him to then transfer that into a House of Representatives seat or a Senate seat, or dare I say the presidency. That's
gotta have money.
Different.
You're not going to do that without money.
That's what those politicians, the traditional politicians, are very wary of. Somebody who can come out of the blue that did not come up the way they did, that could, as they would like to say, shortcut using social media to build a groundswell, and shape that for funding and for campaigning and for winning offices and for gaining power.
It's not
That's
the
what they don't
medium.
want.
It is the influence that you get from the medium. So I don't care if it's Twitter. I don't care if it's
I'm not saying I'm not
TikTok.
talking about any
I
particular
don't
channel. I'm
care
just saying
if
they
it's
don't want to see that happen.
television. It's all media. It's all
It's
media.
whoever
So
has the
there's no
power.
difference. No, there's no difference between social media and old school media. It was
Well,
all influenced by being in front of people every day. I could be a nobody, get a TV show,
but how could
and
any
all of a
regular
sudden you
person be
got
in,
me.
how
You
could
got
any regular
influence.
person be in front of everybody on a day-to-day basis before 2000? There was no way.
No, that's
There
why
was just no
it's
way.
all. But it's yes, it's being accelerated, but the concept is still the same.
So the concept is still the same, but the actual application, the ability to execute on that
Okay,
is
well, I
definitely
mean,
not the same.
of course
Definitely
not.
not the
It's been
same.
accelerated.
And
It-
and
and
people
it's
who
and it had nothing to do with social media.
Yeah, and people who have benefited from the traditional pathways that to power and money and influence do not like to see new things up in the way that they had it,
Nah, I don't
and
think
that's what I'm talking
that's
about.
not. But then why not take down all of them?
Oh, if they could, they probably would,
Yeah, I don't know.
or try to limit it to so that they
I don't know.
still are the ones that
But let me
benefit.
tell you, bro. As long as this is the place where we get our media from, there's nothing they can do. That's the transition.
Well, it's always, like you said, it's always a whack-a-mole kind of thing.
It completely is. I mean, if you think about it, there were people that had influence that were bloggers back before we had social media. So we would get these people that had these big blogs, and then all of a sudden
Oh,
we would talk
yeah.
about them, and they would be some, very influential. Just, it takes a lot to move that kind of influence though into political space. Because once you get into politics, it's a whole different ball game, man.
Applications are the media as steroids were to Barry Bonds.
Yeah.
Hey, Barry's still the man to me. So
He's still,
no
yeah,
comment.
he's still a man, but that's true, man. He did take a lot of steroids.
Well, his head did get a little bigger. Let's give it that.
Oh shoot, that's hilarious, man.
I don't know. I was
So
at
is that? But
Adobe.
let me ask you: is this your
Oh,
fear, though? Is this your fear that somebody?
no,
Is
not
that
my
why?
fear.
Is that why
It's not-
you? Is that why you campaign so much against influencers? Because you're scared
I
one
don't
of them will be your
campaign.
president one day. Is that?
I don't campaign against Yeah. Well, we've already had. It can't be any worse than what we already went through. So I'll just leave it at
Trust
that.
me, it can be worse. It's always going to be worse. It's never better. It's never better.
This guy is a special case. There's not too many people out there like this
Bro,
guy.
I'm telling you, once this snake is gone, the next snake is going to be worse.
Well, there'll always be other snakes, but this particular snake is a bad one. I'll just leave it at that.
Yeah.
And here's my thing.
Because we have
There
plenty
are
of time to
influencers-
talk about that snake.
There are good influencers out there.
Of course.
Unfortunately, the technology has made it possible. I think Bernard mentioned this earlier, that there are more bad influencers, more exponentially more bad influencers who are able to use these tools to create ridiculous content that overpowers sometimes the good ones.
I disagree. I disagree.
No, that's okay.
I mean, literally, here's why, right? I'm watching the new show. This first time I watch it, Next Level Chef. I like chef shows, right? And it's amazing how many of the chefs on that thing are, social chefs, just social media chefs with, channels that people watch, and they have influence and they make their career on being a social media chef. There's a lot of things that happen in social media. The only ones that the bad guys get all of our attention, but there's so many, there's thousands and thousands of people that have created their whole business on, social media that have nothing to do with making money online.
They don't bother me at all because I don't have to hear about them.
Right. See, that's the problem.
That's the issue.
There's
it's the bad
so
ones.
many.
It's always the case. What is it? A bad apple spoils the bunch or something like that.
Yeah, well, I
Like,
mean,
what's going
you're
on? There's a
putting
lot of bad
way
apples.
too much emphasis on the few bads, and
Well,
there's
that's
so many
because they
good.
draw all the interest,
Only if we
unfortunately.
talk about them all the time.
Well, don't we? It's not even just the bad apples or the bad. It's the ones that, like, Elon Musk.
Uh-huh.
You can't go too long without him. And it's not that he hasn't done some really great things with SpaceX and Tesla and all that, but it's like he can't. He always wants to make sure he's involved. His name is in every hot topic. That's what kills me about this. So every time there's a hot topic,
Which is so different than the person he was, let's say, 15, 20 years ago.
that's because social media did it to him too.
It did. Yeah, he did. He definitely got gassed up thanks to social media.
And
He
then
really did.
then he bought Twitter. I mean,
Then he
damn.
bought
I
it.
mean,
He's so enamored with it that he had to buy his own. That's insane.
oh yeah. So I guess it's just human behavior, because look at how the podcasts and the video podcasts work. First, it was a bunch of no names doing that stuff. People who had no access to the traditional networks. They were creating their own and being able to do their own program because they didn't just want to watch somebody else's TV.
Right.
They wanted to do their own programs. So the groundswell came from the ground. But you look out on Twitter right now. You look at the video podcasts or the YouTube channels. Why does somebody like Shannon Sharp, who's on Fox Sports News, has his own show Monday through Friday? Why is he doing his own podcast?
Because he doesn't have to be beholden to anybody.
Because they feel like they need more. I
don't know about that, man. I mean, there's something to control.
There's something.
Being able to control your audience, being able to say what you want without answering to anybody. I mean, that's the beauty of these social tools, man. And just because there's some bad users, and there's always going to be bad users. I'm not even
saying it's bad users. There's people that they're overusers. They're abusers. They're social abusers.
Okay, well, but those people
abusers.
Those people should not be.
Why do you need to do like 5 shows where you're the main person all the time?
I don't know.
I don't get it. Don't you need to step away from it from a while?
I don't know, but I've got a new podcast coming out.
You gonna launch a new podcast? I mean, look, tongue in cheek, some of this stuff. Some of the stuff irritates me. Some of the stuff I get, but it still irritates me.
I'm trying to find this. I gotta find this video that a friend of ours sent, and just play it because it was so hilarious that I was just like, this is where we are now, Okay, so let me see if I can do this. If I get it up, and then I'll tell you to share it for me, or let me share it. One at a time. You want to share it?
Yeah,
it's a Twitter video. I don't do it. Huh?
Send me you can share it, and I'll
send you the link.
All right.
Okay. Okay. And then we'll talk about this. This will be right up your alley, sir. All right. Here, let's go to StreamYard. I got to, where do I do? A private chat. Yeah. Put it in there.
Oh, you could, or you just hit present, I guess, and just share your screen. But either way.
Yeah. Because here's what happened. I got so many windows open. It drives me crazy some days. All right. Yeah. I can do a share. Go ahead. Okay. So I got to share. I got to push it. All right. Yeah.
Yeah. And then I'll see it and then I'll put it up.
Present. Share screen.
By the way, while you're doing that, Bernard said his mom says hi.
Oh, hi, Miss Grimsley. Mrs. Grimsley, oh my God, that was like, oh man. Oh, okay. Screen 2, Let's share that.
All right, there it is.
Let's see what it looks like. It makes it so teeny when I do that. Let me.
I can do this. I can do this. Okay.
What do you do?
I was gonna make this whole, the whole thing.
No, I just need to do this. Let's see. There you go. All right, because it's a Twitter video, but hopefully you get the sound. So
All
let's
right.
do it. Tell me if you're getting the sound.
Nima, why don't you do drugs?
I'm hearing it through yours side.
Why doesn't it give you the sound?
I don't know, but
All right,
I was hearing it, but I was
you could hear it. All right, so let me just turn it up on this side. Hold on a second, because it's hilarious. This is stupid.
Nima, why don't you do drugs? Well, one night years ago, I took the most beautiful woman at a New York City nightclub home with me. She wanted to try cocaine, and I really wanted to sleep with her. So I tried it. It was all right. But when we got naked, I looked down and realized I couldn't get hard. Then I looked at her and realized she had a dick.
oh gosh.
The moment I realized that nightclubs are bad and to focus on myself. Now I got a yacht in the ocean, got my
What?
condo over there in Miami Beach. Focus on yourself, boys, because some
You gotta be kidding me.
This
Wow.
is the crap that is being fed.
Yeah, that's one of them things I really didn't need to see. Wow.
I'm like, and so this guy, people are like, yes, teach me how to get a yacht.
Yeah, so there's so many suckers out there. Golly, it's the suckers that actually give these guys the energy they need to do this nonsense.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Really?
Wow.
Wow.
Okay.
This is why he doesn't do drugs. That's a lesson, kids. Focus in on yourself.
Yes.
Because you might take a girl home.
Or not a girl, apparently.
She'd be a boy.
Yeah, and then you can get over that.
Then I love this. He's like, yeah, so I tried it.
Yeah, see, that's the exhibit A, B, Z of why I am the way I am.
Oh my God. Okay. Anyway.
I'm guessing he's one of those that didn't want regulation for TikTok either.
So we have to give props to our buddy Tom for sending me that. So.
Oh, thanks, Tom. Whoever you is.
You know Tom.
Who's Tom? I don't know.
Oh, man, come on.
Where's Gar?
V-belt.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Anyway.
We missing some of our regulars though. Shout out. Where's Shay? Shay, where are you?
I
miss Shay.
I talked to Shay yesterday. She'll be in town shortly.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
The mind meld continues.
Yes, the mind meld continues. Big mind meld week. Which is why I might not be. I probably won't be here next week. So.
Oh, okay. It's mind meld. You should do a simulcast from the mind meld.
I'll try, man. Just we'll hit me up. I'll know more at the end of the week.
And bring Shay on.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's some other people like that have joined us.
Yes.
That are in the mind meld.
I'm sure Jeff's in the mind meld, so Jeff will be here, I bet.
Oh man, we could do a mind meld episode.
There you go. So you should come up.
Well, yeah. That's pretty far away.
It is pretty far away, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I'll give you that.
What is that, Alfredo?
Alfie.
Yeah, that's like going to New York.
Yeah, right. On a plane, huh? It's about as long as the flight to New York.
Well, anyway, you guys should stay tuned to see if we're actually going to do that next week, because who knows?
Who knows? But if we do, we will definitely keep you informed and let you know to be here on time.
That's right. And be on the lookout for the new podcast that Coda Rice is launching.
Yes. Now, I'm not playing.
I didn't think you were.
I'm not playing. It's
Everybody
not a new
is
podcast. It's just my new season.
Oh, new season. What's the name of your podcast again?
The Smartest Podcast.
That's the name of it?
That is the name of it.
Isn't there something about false advertising about these things?
No, it's not false advertising. I get the smartest people.
Bernard, we will definitely keep you posted.
Yes, sir.
And in the meantime, have a great weekend.
Yes, sir.
Everybody enjoy themselves. And we may see you next week.
And please don't try to be an influencer so Brent doesn't talk about you.
Or a politician.
Or a politician.
And on
That's
that,
right.
and on that note, I guess we're still doing this.
Peace. Deuces.
All right, folks. Later.
Thanks, Jeff.